Hello, YouTubers. Welcome back. We're in part 2 of Tom Baker's 80th birthday. And when last we stopped is the review of The Hand of Fear. Time to move on to the next adventure, The Deadly Assassin. This is a very good story, and it's a doctor companionless as the doctor travels alone in Gallifrey without Sarah Jane Smith. And this story reintroduced the Master in this particular adventure. Peter Pratt plays the Master, the decaying version. His front, the spine, and the back. And this episode also introduced President Barossa and the Castellan. I think the Castellan is in there. If I'm wrong, put the comments down below. Moving on to the next story is Leela's first adventure is The Face of Evil. Now, Face of Evil is an okay story. And they chose the great companion. She's the next actress to replace Elizabeth Sladen. Yep. Here's the front, the spine, and the back. Yes, it's okay. And there's 7 teams of the warship. And here's the disc. I love this nice little design. I love American covers. Moving on to the next story is Robots of Death Special Edition. And that's when all the robots start killing people in this particular adventure. And probably one of my favorite all-time Tom Baker stories. And that's when all the robots stop this evil guy. And the sand miners. Yep. The robots. But at the end, all the robots is gone, and everybody turned to his helium voice, like a chipmunk, except for the doctor, because he can't turn to helium. He's a Time Lord. Moving on to The Talents of Wang Chang. This is a brilliant 4-part story. And this is one of the best Tom Baker stories I ever saw. And it's set when 4 doctors dress up as Sherlock Holmes. And the doctor tells Leela, you can't go around running around in skins in London. You're frightening the horses. So basically, this story marks the final appearances of producer Philip Hinchcliffe. After this, one of the viewers complained in The Deadly Assassin, that's when a guy strangles the 4th Doctor. A great 6-part story. Really love it. And it's brilliant. Yep. Moving on to Horror Fan Rock. This is a very awesome story, and I really love it. And that's when the 4th Doctor and Leela goes traveling into the lighthouse, and the evil, like a protoplasma, the Rotons. And they're also familiar, the Doctor mentioned about the Centaurians, the deadly of the Fang Rock. So the Doctor and Liam barely make it out alive. Yep. Awesome adventure. Moving on to The Invisible Enemy. K9's first adventure. Now this four-part story paid a homage to the movie Fantastic Voyage. And that's when a doctor gets infected, and so they use a duplicate of the doctor and Leela to go inside to stop this evilest massive cells inside. Yep. On a refueling station on Saturn. Yep. And at the end, excuse me, at the end, K9, K9 became a companion. Image of the Fendel. Another Fourth Doctor story, and I really love it. It's one of the best stories, and it's well directed, and got some very nice story writings too. And that's when they went inside to a deja vu. Yep, a malevolent creature. Yep. I love this story. I saw it 5 times. Moving on to The Sunmaker, another Fourth Doctor best stories. And that's when the Doctor and Leela goes inside in the planet Pluto. And it's also themed in about taxes and other death and taxes. And the collector did a wonderful job. I'll give this performance a fantastic. Yep, Mogropolis. That to stop the evil guy before the company's too late. Yep. Okay. Underworld, another adventure, and that's where the myths and legend. When they go inside and there's an evil robot with like a 3 eyeball, like a cyclops thing. Yup. The spacecraft R1C. And it's pursuing the mission to recover a race, a minion race. Next up, the Evasion of Time. Leela's final adventure. And that's when the Doctor goes back to Gallifrey. And that's when the Centaurians take over. Yup. And it's so sad to see Leela goes. Yep. And it's the first time we get to see the extension of the TARDIS. Never to be seen again. Yep. Alright. Moving on to the Key to Time series. Got 9 minutes left. The Rebus Operation Special Edition. Now, my mom says she does not like the story, and kind of a bit slow. I agree with you, my mom. But nevertheless, I love the story. But it's okay. On the wintry planet, and the first appearances of the late Mary Tam. Yep, Robert Holmes. Great episode, great story writing. Let's move on to the Pirate Planet. This is the first Doctor Who story to be written by Douglas Adams, the guy who also created Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, with Bruce Purchase as the pirate captain. Very good adventure. I really love it. I saw this on PBS. Yep. Pettit Roberts did an excellent job directing this story. Well directed by Mr. Adams. Moving on to The Stones of Blood. Another good adventure, and that's when the Doctor and Romana goes down to stop this evil silver paint woman, is also known as Vivian Faye. Yep, Professor Amelia Rumford, the survivor of the 9 travelers. Okay. The Androids of Terror. Mary Tam did a wonderful job playing a dual role of Romana and the princess. And that's when the Doctor decided to go on a fishing trip, which is seen to be cut short. Went to like a castle, like medieval times. I love this story. Power of the Crow. The Power of Crow. And this is John Leeson plays the green man like a jolly green giant. This story, like, oh, green giant. Yep. Delta Magna. Yep. John Leeson plays Dungreen. Right there. And plus, the return of Philip Maddock. And finally, the Armageddon Factor. The ending of season 16. Actually, season 15. It marks the final... season 16. It marks the final appearances of Mary Tam, the first appearances of Lana Ward. And K9 gets controlled over by the evil guy, like a Grim Reaper-like thing. Excellent story. Alright, we're going to be right back for the final part. Now we move on to season 17 through season 18. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.